Hi everyone, and welcome again to this short video series. In today's video, I'll be talking about 2019 Standard Maths exam, question number 15. This question came from the topic of normal distribution, and it's one of the relatively tougher questions compared to the other multiple choice questions that you find. So let's go to study matrix and the topic of normal distribution. Here. And you see this one is under the moderate uh, under the moderate difficulty section. So let's open the question. And to solve this question, you also need to know some of the theory, which is all under this section. So come to this. So most of the questions are either moderate to hard for this section. Let's go to the question first. This question is 2019, question 15. So open the question up. And this is a question. It's asking you that, it's giving you that the score on an examination is normally distributed and the mean is 70 and standard deviation is 6. And then it's telling you that Michael received a score on examination between the lower quartile and upper quartile of the score. And you need to determine which of these graphs represent this information in the best way. So there are a few things you need to do. So let's take out the question. And let's take it step by step, okay? So let's write down first thing that we know about normal distribution. And the part that you need to know is under, let me take you to the StudyNinja side. So that part is under here. So if you go into this theory under empirical rule, so this is what you need to be knowing. I've listed it here, but I'll explain it in the video now. So empirical rule tells you that if you're being told that there is a normal distribution, then you need to take it as a fact. And if you want to understand, there is a reason as well. But if you're short of time, take it as a fact that if this is a normal distribution, sorry, the writing is not that great, not good at drawing. Let's say this is normal distribution, then its mean would always be at here, which is the highest point, which is 70. Another property of normal, so empirical rule is telling you that the value which is plus and minus one standard deviation of mean. So in this case, mean is 70, standard deviation is 6. So plus 6 would be this value, right? Somewhere here. 76 minus 6 is 64, right? So 64. So what the empirical rule tells you is that the area that is bound between this 64 and 76, the probability of a number coming from here is 68%. That's the empirical rule. If a distribution is normal, then 68% of the values lie between one standard deviation of mean, plus and minus. Now, that's one thing we know, okay? Number one. Let's just put number one here. But that's not alone enough to answer the question. The question also is telling you that the Michael score was between lower quartile and upper quartile. So you first need to know what is the lower quartile and upper quartile. So lower quartile, which is called Q1, is the 25th percentile. Upper quartile, which is Q3, is 75th percentile, right? What they're saying, let's represent this in a straight line. So if this is from 0 to 100%, so what they're saying in the question is that Michael's score was between lower and upper quartile. So between 25% and 75%. So it was somewhere in between here, which is difference between the two is 50%. So his score was within the 50% range. So if I have to show that 50% into this normal distribution, it's definitely not the complete area of this. So it can't be B. B is this area between 64 and 76. This is 68%, as I showed you in empirical rule. It can't be this as well because it is between, between the two uh, standard deviation plus and minus. So it can't be this. It can't be this as well because as we rule this out, which is 68%, going further in the area makes it wider than more than 68%. So it has to be this because it is 50%, which is shown correctly as the area less than 64 and 76, somewhere in between here. So A is the right answer.